Hey, it's James here from Guitarist.com, and welcome back to 30 Days of Guitar. Today is day 13, and I kind of feel like doing something a little bit different today. You know, up till now, we've been working on our chords, our strumming, all the fundamentals. Today, I want to have some simple fun and play a simple melody. Yesterday, we practiced the chords for Wonderful Tonight, and today, I want to learn the melody that goes with it. You know, that super famous, like, electric guitar melody that Eric Clapton plays. Except instead of playing it way up here, like electric guitar style, I want to play it down here, just in a simple way that works on acoustic guitar, no fuss. Before we get started, if you haven't already, download my free ebook. It's, got lots of printable materials for exactly the kind of stuff that we're doing during these 30 days. And I also have my complete beginner's course, which is going to take you through all of this and way more, go way more in depth than what we're going to be doing here. Anyways, we're going to start off by figuring out where we're supposed to put our fingers when we play melodies, and it's actually really similar to chord shapes. You still want to use your fingertip. You still want to press close to the fret. The one major difference is when we're playing melodies, we can consider positions, and that basically means my index finger is going to play any first fret on whatever string. So first fret of the B string or the first fret of the A string. My middle finger is going to be in charge of anything on the second fret, and my ring finger is going to be in charge of any notes played on the third fret. So that would be first position. Whatever fret your index finger is on is the number of the position. And that's all we need to know. Let's take a look at the melody. The first part goes, and rather than just copy my fingers, we can take a look at this tab up top. That shows what I just played. And the system, once again, it's very simple. Reading tab is quite simple. It's literally like a picture of the guitar from your perspective. So when you look down at the guitar like this, the thickest string is like on the bottom. And you look at the tab up there, that's the thickest string, the one on the bottom. And the thinnest string is the line on the top. We have 6 lines up there. We have 6 strings. Each line represents a string. And the numbers represent a fret. And for our very first note, we got to figure out what string we're on first. So I just cut to the very top of it. You can see the thinnest string and then the next string. So that must be the B string. And I'll label them right here. You can see the string names just to the left of the tab lines. So that's the B string. And the O means open. Our next note, first we'll figure out what string it's on. It's on the G string. I just counted from the thinnest, the next thinnest, there you go, the G string, and you can also just see right there. And then we have a 2. 2 means second fret. And we're playing that with our middle finger because of our position, right? Our middle finger gets anything on the second fret. Then we have O on the G string, so the open G string, and then back to the second fret on the G string. So all in all, the open B string, second fret of G, open, and then second fret. And I'm playing this all downstrokes. If you're still not 100% sure how the tab works, I do have like a 5-minute lesson. I'll put a link to that in the corner, and you can just watch that and get a 5 minutes worth of tab reading in there. So I'm going to play it now, and I'm going to count it out. 1, 2. And you can just try that at your own pace. That's what practice time is for. Let's move on now. The next part is very similar. It starts with the first 3 notes are the same. And then we go to the second fret of the D string. So you can see that up there. So open B string, second fret of G, open, and then second fret of the D string. And we count it the same way. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now the final part starts with the same 3 notes. And then from there, we're going to play. So that's the second fret of the G string. And then we go to the B string, and we go O, 1, And we have to use our index finger for that first fret. And then we play the open high E string, the thinnest string. And then we come down to the third fret of the B string with our ring finger. And it's really important that we finish with our ring finger because that lets us easily transition into the G chord so we can go into the strumming of the song. So let's go over that last little bit. Second fret of the G string, then on the B string, O, 1, and then the high E string, and the third fret of the B string. And you can see that all up there. And once again, I have that video for how to read tab, and it's very simple. Once you get to that point, you can just pause and just read that as many times as you need to. Let's just play that with some rhythm now. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2. Cool. So when we practice something like this, we want to practice each part of it rather than trying to do the whole thing at once. And we learned it in those parts. That's why I showed it to you that way on purpose, was so that you could practice it going over and over, and then over and over, and finally over and over again. And once you're really comfortable with each of those three parts, we can put that entire melody together. Let's try it nice and slow. 3, 4, 1, 2. 2. 1, 2. And something that I notice in newer players especially is during those little breaks, between each of those licks, they might jump into the next one a bit too soon. So it's really important to count out that missing space. Just going 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, when it comes to transitioning into the strumming, that very last note that we play with our ring finger, that actually is beat 1. So when you look at our strumming pattern, that takes up the same amount of space as that first downstroke. So we have to skip that first downstroke when we're, getting into the strumming. We get our chord shape down, and we can start the strumming pattern on beat 2, on the down up. So we can go like 2, 3, 4. So they kind of overlap, and that's just something to be aware of. Otherwise, I want you to take your time with that. We talked about practicing on, I think, day 7, right? With the stair method. You definitely want to isolate each of those individual parts, and then put it all together and play the song afterwards. If you enjoy learning with me, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video and do all the YouTube stuff so that we can, all stay on the same page and you can follow along. My free ebook contains, all the things you need to get through the early phases of guitar. But I also have a complete beginner course, which is going to take you through that step by step, go much more in depth. We practice everything together. We go through it all. There's a workbook, a practice plan, all the stuff that you need to get through it. Thousands of people have taken it and it's worked. And I just wanted to let you know that is, in my opinion, the best way to really reach your goals. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you tomorrow.